Hello everyone, and today I've got something really unusual for you guys. My fellow YouTube creator, Elite Cameraman, got 2 of his own exclusive leaks, although in his most recent video he stated that he actually got 4 in total, and another 2 leaks will be revealed by him tomorrow. To tell you the truth guys, I'm a bit upset that Dafuk decided not to publish those leaks to the public, but still, I'm really excited to talk about the hints to the upcoming 70th episode with you guys. So today, I'm going to discuss the exclusive Elite Cameraman's leaks and details and find something on them that even Elite didn't tell you about. So get your tea and snacks ready and prepare to watch this video to the end, because it'll definitely going to be interesting. Let's go. As you might know, right now we all are waiting for a new Dafuk episode to come out with the held breath, which can actually happen soon within the next few days. Because if you watch my previous video about the leaks for the upcoming episode 70, then you know that Dafuk posted in his official Discord channel how the approximate time of this episode's release is either 13th or 14th of January, although it may be quite possible that the episode will be delayed even more, which I personally wouldn't really hope for. In my honest opinion, I'd find the timing of release this episode by this Saturday the most perfect of all, because all the yearning fans of this awesome series, including me, would definitely find their time to watch and rewatch the episode on the weekends. But as it is for now, all we can grasp for is the leaks and small announcements that Dafuk can make in this time. Now let's start analyzing the leaks that came into our view. In the first leak, we can see this eerily smiling Skibidi with the hard hat and sunglasses protecting his eyes. And he reminded me a lot of the military Skibidi that fought Titan TV Man in episode 44. It looks to me that he, or someone who had been upgrading him, took all the necessary precautions in case of the possible Titan TV Man's fight. Because if you remember from the episode 67, this Titan's TV screen's types of glow are the most dangerous kind of damage for both huge and ordinary Skibidi soldiers right now. So it would be really wise to give all the members of the Skibidi army sunglasses that would give them a chance to survive. He seems to have heavy protection shield upgrades, and he also got 4 rocket launchers on his sides. Besides that, under those launchers we can actually notice some sort of circular pieces of his armory. And it's not that clear to me what they really are. And I have 2 guesses on what that might be. Firstly, they reminded me of the round flashlights that Penguin Zero Skibidi from episode 61 had. And the possible goal of those can be the blinding of cameramen's head cameras, so it would be easier for Skibidi to attack them. Secondly, those might be the speakers that were ripped off the fallen speakermen and then got attached to this Skibidi. Maybe now some members of the Skibidi army will be able to reflect certain projectiles released at them by the members of the Alliance, with the powerful sound wave produced by these speakers. For example, something like poisonous or paralyzing darts that cameramen with the hypno guns can shoot. I think this theory might actually be quite strong because, as I already stated in my "When is the Final Battle" video, all the sides of this war seem to be getting super prepared for one final round. That's why we saw heavily upgraded cameramen and speakermen in the special ending scene for episode 69 added by Dafuk, that seemed to be equipped with every possible type of protection and combat piece. And based on this leak we see, I assume that the same thing can go to the members of Skibidi army as well. Besides that, there's another interesting thing about the first leak that I would like to mention. When I increased the level of brightness of this picture, I've noticed this little guy who hid himself in the left corner of it. He seems to be driving out of one of the base's entrances with his shide put on. So apparently, both of those Skibidi are facing some opponents off the screen that we cannot see. And in general, I can definitely say one thing. It may look like Dafuk played with us once again. So it's quite possible that the events of at least the first part of the upcoming episode 70 are about to be unwrapped outside and not inside the main Skibidi bunker. I have a guess that we will probably see multiple upgraded Skibidi guarding the main entrances to the base, and a really heated fight can occur on the approach to it. But still, I doubt that the major part of the episode will be dedicated to this, because we already saw the outside combat in the previous episodes, and it's time to move on. Maybe the first part of the next episode will only get started outside, but then we'll get transferred into the base from a few different directions anyway. In any case, I'm really looking forward to the next 2 leaks Elite Cameraman mentioned in the beginning of his video, because he said that those 2 will tell us even more about the details of the upcoming epic fight. Now it's time to move on to the second leak that came into our view. In this picture we can see 2 cameramen, but the accent is being heavily pushed on the one in the center. So we'll start with this one at first. This guy seems to have all the upgrades that we saw in the secret scene by the end of the second part of episode 69, added by Dafuk. He has protective earphones on his main camera, square protective lens, and the backpack combined with jetpacks that can be seen from the behind. I'd also like to point out that he's dressed in the very slick and hip suit, the material of which reminds me not of the classic cameraman's coat, but of a somewhat closer to leather jacket. And his right sleeve is also being tucked in, which makes his whole posture even cooler. And in general, I'd say that this picture does not really look like the leak for the original Dafuk series at all. And I'll explain why just in a moment. Let's focus on the weapon this cameraman holds in his hands. This thing is not looking similar to the weapon POV from the end of the second part of episode 69 was handed to. That weapon reminded me more of a laser gun, although initially it was intended by Dafuk to be a shotgun at first. But this thing that the cameraman in the shot is holding reminds me of two things that are not anyhow connected to the episode 69. First of all, this weapon seems to be the model of a backburner from the game titled Team Fortress 2 that was carried by the character called Blue Pyro. And we already witnessed a few references to this game that Dafuk had been making throughout the series, so I am absolutely sure he's aware of this game and pretty much loves it. And the second thing is that this weapon also looks similar to the flamethrower that Titan Speaker had in episode 11 of the Skibidi multiverse by Dom Studio. Hey guys, remember what I used to say about how I expect to see more and more interconnections between the Dafuk's original series and the multiverses? Here's the perfect chance to develop this theory once again. But there's one crucial detail here though. If in episode 11 of the Dom Studios multiverse series, Titan Speaker's flamethrower had been spitting the conventional yellow type of fire, then in this leak, we see how the weapon of the cameraman in the center is shooting bright blue type of fire. And if you guys didn't know, blue flames are much hotter in temperature and more powerful than the yellow ones, so this weapon must be extremely hard-hitting. And what I instantly remembered while thinking on the differences between those two types of flames is the final Zuko versus Azula fight from the animated series called Avatar, The Last Airbender, where one of the characters used yellow flame to fight, while another one was being equipped with the blue one. But if we'll step aside from the multiverse and media references takes, I can simply state that this blue fire can also be connected to the concept of Titan Cameraman's core blue flame. That was incredibly powerful as well. Now let's say a few words about the cameraman that can be seen further in the background. Unlike the guy in the center who's wearing the new square protective lens, this one has the classic round one, which surprised me a bit. It seems to me that not all the cameramen are being equipped with the latest upgrades of cameraman scientists' inventions, but some are still keeping the classic elements of their armory. Generally, I assume that the guys from the second leak can be found inside of the bunker, unlike two Skibidi from the first picture. It seems like the two cameramen are standing right near one of the base's main entrance's doors, where a few letters can be noticed, while the first half of the word was being covered by the cameraman's silhouette standing in the center. The letters are "Oh Oking," and I assume that the whole expression must have been sounding like "no smoking," and I have an idea about that. Apparently there are some explosives near in the area, and it may be a trap for the Alliance forces prepared for them by Skibidi welders. I think that would actually make a lot of sense, because if not for that, then the whole concept of smoking can be quite funny. Because who's there to smoke in the series? Toilets or robots? By the way, speaking of that, I'm still waiting for Dafuk to explain the concept of toilet paper we've seen in the previous episode. And that was all for today. I'm looking forward to the next 2 leaks Elite Cameraman is about to drop tomorrow, and the same goes to the next episode of Skibidi Toilet series. I really hoped you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, don't forget to hit like and subscribe buttons not to miss my new videos. And that was me, ISOTOILET. See ya!